Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's analysis on the Crypto University. And today we'll be looking at Bitcoin, one of our favorite coins on the channel, and be looking at what price action is going to be doing today on the 10th of September or on the 3rd of September 2022. And we'll be looking at what price action is going to do. As you can see, we just had our monthly close, right? Which we did not like, right? The monthly closed indifferent, right? And we'll just go to the monthly. But there are many things that's telling us on the chart that there's still more danger for Bitcoin. So if you like the channel, if you like the analysis, which I believe you would, please click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, right? Make sure you support creators like us as we do the analysis for you, right? I will help you do your analysis and help you determine where price will go, right? Share with your friends and thank you for that. As you can see, we closed our weekly or our monthly candle quite bearish, right? We closed our candle for the month of September very bearish, right? This is a very bearish indication, right? This is not what we wanted. We wanted a candle close probably above the 20,000 region, but we just got our candle close, probably an indecision candle around 19.4, 19.1, which is very bearish for the chart. And I'll be showing you what I expect from prices or from the price of Bitcoin. Uh, in the meantime, as you can see, we just opened a new monthly candle with a red candle. But let's check on the smaller time frames what we're expecting. If you go back to the 2 weeks, we can see, right, price still respecting our range of from the 24,000 down to 17 18k, right? So, and on the 2 weeks we're still respecting our range. As you can see, we've been ranging for the past few weeks, probably 2 to 4 weeks in that region. If we go to the weekly gives us more information about what's happening. As you can see, ever since we switched above the ribbon around April of 2021, we've been below the ribbon, which has proved to be very bearish on the weekly chart, right? And you can see everything has not changing. We've been in this range for a long time, hoping that we'll either break out of the range for this month, either to the upside or to the downside. But as we go lower, I'll show you what the chart is suggesting will happen. In the meantime, if we go back to our 3-day time frame, we're already forming a very bearish candle. As you can see, we're below the EMA ribbons. The EMA ribbons has proved time and time again, telling us where price is going to go. And as you can see, we're still bearish on the EMA ribbon. So be very careful, right? We are probably, according to the EMA ribbons, we still have a lot of downsides to go. And I'll be showing you a lot of charts, right, to tell you that we should really be careful around this period. A lot of people say the bottom is in, right? The bottom of 17k, blah, which is true, but right, we have a lot of macroeconomic situations that are telling us there's a lot of bad things that are happening on the macro. If we go to the daily, we can see, right, both on our indicators, we can see we still have more downsides to go, but on our RSI and our oscillators, right, we could see that still forming some couple of bearish divergences. Yes, so we can probably range for the next few weeks, right? And I'll be giving you our targets for this range. As you can see, trade the range till it breaks, right? Trade the range till it breaks. So all you traders out there, uh, if you're trading, just be aware of some of these levels, right? For you to trade. If we go down to the lower time frame, probably to 12 hours, you can see still ranging. But I'll show you another chart that makes me very bearish on Bitcoin. Uh, 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 that I'm expecting probably a break to the downwards, right? And you can see this chart, we're still in our range, still observing the range, right? The range of 20,000 down to 19,000. As you can see, there's a lot of resistance up at the 20,000 region, and there's a lot of support up at the 18,000 region. So even if we go down, there's and a lot of support. I'll be showing you other charts that is proving that we might continue this sideways action probably for the next 1 week, right? If we move over to this chart, we can see our lines, support and resistance lines that have been respected for quite a while. And if we see that based on our sessions, we could see this was last week's session. We're just entering into the new session, and the Monday session just started, right? The market just opened, and probably from what our lines are telling, our support and resistance line, there's a very, very high probability, right? The top of the range would be around 19,495. Probably if we push higher, we'll push higher to the 19,600, 19,700 range. And below the range, we have a lot of support at the 18,700 region and at the 18,600 region. So we still expect such a range for the next few probably days before we see a break either to the downside or to the upside. And I'll show you another chart, right, which proves that there's probably a high probability that we're going to be moving to the downside. And if we go back to this chart, and it's another chart for the Bitcoin, and here's the weekly. Now, if we look at the stock RSI, now this is the stochastic RSI. The stochastic RSI in the past have had a very, very accurate form of predicting where we are at the cycle, either at the top or at the bottom of the cycle. As you can see, when we got down to the 36, around the 36, it was telling us we're very overbought. Our stochastic went down. As you can see, price went down, stochastic went down, and we pushed up to the 57 K range, and our stochastic was still telling us that probably we have some little upsides to go, as you can see. But as we were moving higher, the stochastics was going down. It was trying to tell us that there's a lot of danger, as you can see. We moved down like in a big sell-off, right? So the stochastic had actually informed us right beyond time as to where price was going and what price was meant to do. As you can see, the stochastic on the weekly held this downward trend for a few weeks, and then it was trying to tell us that there was going to be such a very, very, as you can see, there's going to be a high move, and we could see that move, right? If you could see, stochastic moved up. As we can see, we went down from 30K down upward to the 52K region, as you can see, and the stochastic began to flash and began to tell us that there's more downsides to go for the Bitcoin. As you can see, we had some little downsides, right? And then we began to push up to the 65K range, and as when we are at 65 69K range, and as we were pushing up, right, the stochastic RSI was telling us that we are overbought, and then it's time shouting us, telling people, sell out of your Bitcoin, right? Sell out of your Bitcoin at the top, right? We got the top, and the stochastic RSI got the top. Our indicators got the top, and it was telling us a big move was about to happen. A big move was about to happen, and we could see the big move happened, and we can see we really had the fall down from the 69,000 range down to where the stock RSI bottomed, right, both on the weekly, and as you can see where we bottomed, it told us there's going to be another push to the upwards. As you can see, the push happened right down to the 40K region. That was a huge fall for the 6K region, huge fake out for a lot of people. Everybody was saying, oh, along the market, oh, we're going to the top. Or we're trying to say on this channel that very, very serious that the stock RSI, the stochastic, was telling us that we were overbought and we are due for a correction very, very, very soon. As you can see, we saw a sharp decline in price down from the 46,000 region down to the 20,000 region. As you can see, our stock RSI giving us a hint as to what will happen even before time. And now, same thing is happening with our stock RSI, right? When it was at the 26 region, began to explain to us that a move is about to happen. A very, very big move is about to happen. And as you can see, we've dropped down even from the 26 region, even down to the 18 18, 19K region. But the problem is that on our stochastic, we are still very much overbought, very much overbought. So there are just two outcomes that will happen. Probably we have a fake out to the 21K region and then we dump, and probably the stochastic just comes up a little and then we dump. We've noticed that stochastic RSI has been very, very accurate as regarding price prediction. So very high likelihood that since for the month of October, we just get some few sideways action, push up to the top, right, and then dump back down even to the 15K region as stock RSI can then uh, reset, and we can begin to uh, talk about if the bottom is in and how we can push further. As you can see, the MACD is showing us, right, we still have some little bullish right divergence. So probably we could still move up to the 20K, 20, 21K region, but don't be deceived, right? We are still overbought on our stock RSI. Let's go down to smaller time frames. If you look at the 3 days, our stock RSI is just trying to say we still have it's still average. We can move up, we can go down, but we're probably just in the sideways movement for now on the 3 days stochastic. If we move to the daily is still in a range. The daily is still in a range, and both our stock RSI and our RSI are telling us that we still have more downward pressure to go. So we're expecting maybe probably to the 18K region, we're going to continue right in this sideways action, probably for the month of October before we have a very, very significant change in price. So we expect stock RSI to come down probably even to the lowest point around the 5 region on the daily, so that we can know what price we'll do from there. Sorry, I'm yawning. So as you can see, our MACD having a bearish divergence. So probably we're still expecting, as we can said, from all our charts, that we're still expecting a lot of sideways action, right? Probably from the 19.6 region down to where we have very, very huge support around the 19.1 region, right? And so that's what we are still expecting for the price. So if you like the video, please be careful as you trade, right? The markets are very heated right now. A sideways market will just liquidate you. So if you're trading leverage, please be careful, right? Let's check the heat maps. So yeah, the heat maps are going to tell us uh, on where we have a lot of orders. For now, we have be mindful that the heat maps change. It's change on a lot of time frames, and see this is the orders on a lot of exchange. This is for both Binance. Wrong. Okay, so this is our heat map multi-book both for Bitfinex, Bitstamp, Coinbase, FTX, and Kraken, and we have the most orders at around 19,300. Right, we have a lot of orders there, and then you have huge orders, huge buy orders currently at the 19,200. So probably we should be expecting more uh, sideways action for the meantime. As you can see, there is high liquidity at the 19K to the downside. We should also have high liquidity to at the 19,200. So as you can see, just confirming everything we've seen on the chart, that we're going to be in the range probably for the next few hours and days. So please trade with care. Thank you, and God bless.